I don't know if it has enough charge. So this afternoon I will go to, I cannot find that lead anywhere, so this afternoon I will go into building, see if they've got. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so let's see. First is going to be laser and mark. So remember the first version that they're going to show us is just the skill that they were given. So we've got to decide what that skill is. And then they'll do another version that has the constraint that they picked applied to it, and we've got to try and identify the constraint. All right? Okay. Off you go, guys.
Ready?
We are ready. So be a little more, can you be more specific? Oh, that's true. So, shooting hoops. The basketball is like shooting hoops, right? The basketball is the game.
That's pretty good. Pick up basketball.
Yeah, ours is a pick the game of basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, we picked up the basketball.
Okay. All right. So let's see what they do for applying their constraint.
Going too fast?
Going too fast?
Out of control.
Running too fast.
So
Good.
Okay.
Does it?
Okay. Who's next?
Josh.
Okay. Robert and Jordan are next. Guys, did you practice? Okay, so what was their skill?
Drinking coffee and driving.
Drinking coffee while driving. Good.
Can we talk during your skit?
We can easily talk.
Yeah.
You try to keep it to a minimum so that you don't give away the constraint.
No, you're good. So.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, try something.
Can you take a ride up there? No.
Oh.
Sorry, can't see.
You can't see.
That is why you gotta be careful when you use words, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Running up and down the stairs, okay.
Alright, and then this is what
Careful.
So this is what the go ahead.
Hurt?
Golden. Back shoulder.
Back shoulder? A limb?
Close.
Right next.
Not injury.
No.
Trying to get injury.
One more time, please.
One more time?
Be more specific with that injury.
He broke his arm?
Broken elbow.
Oh!
Oh.
So like he was kind of like tucking it, but like trying to turn this one. So,
Yeah.
broken elbow.
You gonna give your cards back or no?
Yes, please. I'll collect them at the end.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go next, girls. All right. Samantha and Karina.
But you have to look at our legs.
Okay.
Hey.
I skated.
Yeah.
Skating, roller skating.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't have roller skates.
Sleepy? Tired?
She's drunk. Yeah, that was it. Oh
Huh? Alright.
Okay.
Like trying to do it.
Yeah, I'll say like the party on. The full.
Not chocolate? No, not at all.
She's
Preferably
saying
not.
you can, but like not with.
You can't give it
Just
away.
be careful.
Alright. Y'all just gonna.
I found you always give it away when you talk.
Sorry.
No.
I didn't have a stick, so I was.
It's too small.
Oh! Wait, where was my yoga?
Oh, I got that.
No, it's okay.
I think that's. Oh, this is looking exciting.
They got AIDS, right?
Hey, go to coach. My coach.
What? All right.
Cooking
You
breakfast.
want some of this?
Yeah, so that, please. I love that as well.
Some of this.
Yeah,
Oh, lunch lady. Making an omelet.
yeah.
Yeah!
Sure.
Alright, you guys are gonna have some slight technical difficulties. We kind of have to get, or, no, we need that.
Nah, just
Yeah.
pretend.
Alright.
And
next
start
scene.
again.
Next
Start
scene.
again.
Alright.
Can you hurry up, please?
Yeah.
Let's get that as well, actually.
Oh, okay, excuse
Watch out
me.
for that. You hurry up, there's so
Oh,
many
yeah.
people. There's people waiting for you.
You're being rushed.
Yeah. Yeah, being rushed.
Oh, okay.
Alright, now just something else.
Anybody fancy egg?
Just an egg specifically with some paper. Just literally just get the drink out of it.
green pepper, some tomato, looks like a good omelette.
Yeah.
Those are the last 2 eggs. Big last 2 eggs. No, that's a lot of issue, bro.
All right. So, what does it make you think about doing this? What does it make you think about doing the role play?
Constraints.
Right, so how the constraint interacts to alter the motor behavior, right? Movement pattern that we're observing. So it's not often deliberate change in motor behavior, it's not always cognitive, it's just that if a constraint changes in that context, we would expect to see some implication on the movement pattern that we're watching. Right? Remember, that could be very subtle, so sometimes you're going to have to look very hard to see a change. Other times it's going to be very obvious, like it was this morning in lab with the throwing video. Okay? It's not that I change a constraint and the person thinks, oh, because that constraint has changed, I have to change my movement. Right? Because I change the constraint, a different pattern emerges from the interaction of the new constraint with the other constraints. Make sense? Questions on constraints? Yes, ma'am.
Can you go watch this? Oh, I didn't watch my Wednesday.
Yes. Questions on constraints theory? Because, as I said, the rest of the semester, the rest of the textbook builds on constraints theory. Right? It uses, we've got one chapter that's looking at biomechanics, that's a little abstract, and we'll talk about information processing theory, which is a counter theory to constraints theory. But this particular textbook, once they've covered the other information, goes back and uses constraints theory to underpin the rest of the information across the semester. So if you have any questions on this, if you're not sure what it is meaning, what it's saying, what it is trying, a model is just a model, right? That's all it is. It's a tool for us to use to try to help us be better teachers. It's not right or wrong, it's just a tool. Some people like this tool, other people, as you'll see when we talk about information processing, don't like this tool. They like a different model. Right? That's okay. Use the model that you enjoy, or use bits of different models. Doesn't matter, as long as you're basing what you're trying to teach someone in something that's real, not just, oh, I think, let's try, you know, I don't really know what's going on, so let's try that. Right? Try to be more creative than that. Try to use the tools that you've got to come to a decision why you want to try something different. Right? So that you can explain it. We want to try to get away from just doing things because that's what my coach did or that's what my teacher did, so that's what I'm going to do. That's a bad approach to teaching. Right? Things are updated, right? Science moves forwards. What was believed to be correct 10, 15, 20 years ago might not be correct now because we've learned more. Right? So I want you to be thinking about how can I get out of that mindset. Many coaches do that and teachers do that. This is how I was taught, so this is what I'm going to do because it worked for me. Right? But that's not a strong foundation to build your teaching and coaching philosophy on. All right? Does that make sense? Okay. So, Friday. Wait, today's Wednesday, right? Friday, we're going to start chapter 2. So what is going to happen?